Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. We're here in our old stomping grounds. We're in the Highlands here on Bardstown Road.
Yes.
And we're in front of a shop that's called Dirty Tees. And you can go in there literally and find anything, any type of expression that you want to say with words, with pictures on a t-shirt.
Whatever your inspiration is, you can find it here.
Right. So some of the things we're going to be talking to you about today is LG&E and dealing with scam prevention. We also did a segment talking to some attorneys out of the Atlanta area about what's happening as it relates to the election, and also some people on the local level as well, how they're coping after the election campaign. Some other things we're going to be talking with is B96.5 and Magic 101.3. They're going to keep us up close and personal with things that are happening in and around the community. And then we'll also have a piece with Middletown Cycling. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
We got through all of that with no errors.
You are correct. We'll be right back.
Public leaders and policies continue to fail this good sister. We will continue to seek justice for Breonna by sharing the pride, working for peace, and acting for prevention. Love for our people, love for Breonna. That's hashtag YBPRC. When it comes to COVID-19, this sister is putting our community to the test by sharing the pride, working for peace, acting for prevention. Thank you, Sadiqa Reynolds. That's love for our people. Hashtag YBPRC.
As we said at the top of the show, we're at Dirty Tees on Bardstown Road, and we're in our old stomping grounds because 3 blocks to the left, we're close to our old house. 2 blocks to the right, we're close to our old apartment.
Yes.
And I can't believe we walked up and down this street so many different times and never darted into the door. So
Yeah.
you had an opportunity to do an interview with Dirty Tees, so tell us what's coming up.
Yeah, we're going to take a look into, I wanted to know the idea behind the Dirty Tees, and it's a fabulous t-shirt store and more with customer service, which is excellent on par, but let's just take a look. You know, during this time we have a lot of social injustices and awareness. Max and I were looking for a place that we could find some t-shirts, and we came across a phenomenal t-shirt place, I'll say. It's called the Dirty Tees, T-E-A-S-E. And we're here and we got these great t-shirts. This is one of them that was customized. But I want to introduce you to one of the proprietors and owners of the Dirty Tees, and that would be Elise Clark. And Elise, welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I was so glad that we pretty much stumbled across you all's fabulous t-shirt place, but share a little bit about the ownership, you and your wife, and how you came up with the name, and how long have you all been here?
Well, we've been in this location a little over 10 years. Yeah, quite a while. But the name really kind of was a road trip to Texas, and we still don't know who did Dirty and Tees. So it's just been a great combination between our personalities, really.
So how did you all come up with the inspiration for doing the t-shirts, and specifically what inspires you behind the types of messaging that you all do?
One of our biggest things are custom shirts. So our favorite thing in the whole world is when someone comes in with their own personal idea. They don't really know how to make it into a t-shirt, so we get to play and figure out what works for them, and then we print it right then and there, so we get to see a lot of people excited about, their really custom shirt that absolutely nobody else has. So that's our favorite thing, and that's really kind of how we started. We thought we were funny and we wanted to be funny, but people just really love doing their own thing, so that's kind of what we've stuck with.
So I guess as time goes on, what have been some of you all's biggest sellers when it comes to t-shirt and messages, I'd say?
Well, funny is always the biggest seller. If people think it's funny, they definitely will go for that. And honestly, this year the biggest seller was the Black Lives Matter. Anything that had anything to do with protesting, and even when the women's march and that kind of stuff, we sold a lot of that kind of stuff. But by far, Black Lives Matter was definitely our biggest selling theme.
Oh, wow. Because as I said, when Max and I was looking for something, and our daughter's living in Atlanta, and we did bring our oldest daughter here because she wanted the one with the 502 with the fist in the middle. Of course, she couldn't find it anywhere, and she was so delighted. Do you all search out for a lot of the images and, I guess I would say, sayings that's popular throughout the U.S., that somebody hasn't, I would say, requested for, and then you all show it to make it popular, or you just kind of follow for just a request?
Actually, 90% of it is going to be requests. You know, someone might come up with an idea or something, and if they let us, we'll reproduce their artwork, but typically we don't. But but a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff we designed in-house. And there were a couple that we saw around that we kind of made our own as well. But mostly it's from what people come in and want to do, you know.
So you mentioned about the holidays coming up, and I guess people will say, I want something for Christmas gifts. What are some good suggestions around that?
Well, last year, some of our biggest Christmas stuff was like the Funkles, like the Fun Uncle and the Fun Aunt Fonty and things like that was really popular. The Drunk Uncle, that was fun too. And a lot of, well, Star Wars stuff. Star Wars is definitely a big thing. But mostly funny stuff in things that remind them of other family members. So you'll hear people say, oh my God, this reminds me of so-and-so, I want to get that one. And so, yeah, that's mostly the Christmas stuff. It's on 1551 Bardstown Road. We're close to Eastern Parkway and Bardstown Road. And then right now our COVID hours are 11 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday. So we're closed on Sunday and Monday.
So Elise, thank you so much for letting us come through and stumbled up on something good for all these good messages here. And of course, we will be back. Stay tuned because we're going to be back with more.
When it comes to COVID-19, this sister is putting our community to the test by sharing the pride, working for peace, acting for prevention. Thank you, Sadiqa Reynolds. That's love for our people. Hashtag YBPRC.
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during the storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies.
Masks are important to our history and our present due to COVID-19. So brothers and sisters, please wear yours. Sharing the pride, working for peace, acting for prevention. That's love for our people. That's hashtag YVPRC.
My name is Shanita Hutchins, and I have been with the Louisville Water Company for a little over 5 years now, and I am in customer care. My job has changed due to the virus because I'm up front on the front end of helping people at the door from when the lobby shut down. So I'm up front actually helping people at the door make their payments. Any questions they have, help and go over and beyond with people right now because of the virus and see them face to face. Drops of Kindness program is based off of what you can pay, when you can pay it. And so when you call in to the customer care, what they do is ask you what date you can actually pay and how much you can pay. So it's basically going to fit into your budget. They're excited about being able to pay it when they can. And, with the virus, people are penny pinching and trying to make ends meet. So they're excited about us being able to help. Drops of Kindness, Louisville Water Foundation donates a certain amount of money to these agencies. And when they call us, the Louisville Water Company, we refer them to call the agencies, maybe Sister Visitors, Neighborhood House. So once we let our customers know that we're not adding any late fees or cutting anybody off right now due to the virus, they're excited about that. And they're saying, we can pay in a couple of weeks. It'll come through for us to pay in a couple of weeks. So they're excited about us not cutting off or not charging any late fees. The thing that I would like our customers to know about the Drops of Kindness, that all they have to do is give us a call. We'll set up the pay plan for them so it fits in their budget, and we'll go from there. Based on the National Taste Test, our water is #1 in the country. Take a taste.
Well, we're still at Dirty Tees on Bardstown Road, and as we were talking, they've got some great T-shirts. Now, directly behind you, there's one that's Justice for Breonna.
Oh, yes.
They've got one that's celebrating Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and some really neat ones for the holidays as well. So, as you said, it was a great interview, and whatever you're looking for in terms of T-shirts, you can find it in Dirty Tees.
And if you don't see it here, whatever you want to create in your mind, you can get it done here.
You are correct. And also, because we're back inside, we're being COVID responsible, so of course we have our mask on. Next segment is coming up with our partner with LG&E, and we're here with Liz Pratt, and we're talking about Utility Scam Awareness Day. And LG&E has been our partner for a very long time, so Liz, tell us what's going on.
Hi, thank you. I'm so glad to be here today. This month, we joined more than 145 fellow U.S. and Canadian utilities as part of Utilities United Against Scams to raise awareness about how to recognize a scam and also to provide tips on how to avoid them. Through this group of utilities and with help of customers reporting, nearly 9,500 toll-free numbers have been successfully taken out of operation, and these were numbers that were previously used by scammers against utility customers.
Liz, also when it comes to scam prevention, it has been a topic that we've talked about before on our show with LG&E, but how can someone really identify a scam?
Yes, unfortunately, scammers are becoming more sophisticated and are exploiting an already challenging time this year during the pandemic. Scammers most often resort to using intimidation tactics, such as demanding immediate payment or threatening disconnection, and may even pull information they found publicly accessible online to make themselves sound more credible. We offer year-round resources to our customers, and we encourage everyone to stay vigilant and follow the advice that's offered to help protect yourself and your loved ones from a scam.
So Liz, you mentioned the following advice, and of course you shared a lot of information. So what are some recommendations that you have today?
Sure, so some of the advice that we offer is first, our safe tips. And of those first two tips, the first is to secure your personal information. We will never contact a customer and demand a credit or debit card number, a checking account information, or any other personal information. And second is to always remember that customers have bill payment options. We will never make a live phone call to demand an immediate payment, and we will never require a customer to use a prepaid debit or gift card or ask a customer to transfer money to a payment app. And these are tactics that may be used by scammers. And always remember that we offer a variety of payment options. And during this time, this includes special COVID-19 related payment plans.
Liz, those are great recommendations. Now, are there any others that you can share?
Yes, our next tip would be to first contact LG&E if you're suspicious. If you receive a suspicious email, live phone call, or letter, you can always contact LG&E directly by calling 502-589-1444, and we will always verify an official communication. And lastly, it's always important to enlist the help of local law enforcement. So if you suspect that you may have been the victim of fraud, or that you ever feel threatened during contact with a scammer, report it to your local police department and then contact LG&E. In turn, LG&E, we work directly year-round with local law enforcement who are investigating these types of crimes.
Liz, as always, that's some great information. And a lot of times scams come in person. So what are some things that people can do to be safe in that type of environment?
Yes, we always encourage our customers that if someone comes to your doorway claiming to be there on behalf of the company, to obtain positive identification. Our employees and our contractors will always carry with them an authentic company ID that shows our company logo, the person's name, and a color photo.
Well, Liz, it's always great catching up with you, and this is another great Energy Matters segment. And Denise, as always, they give us great information every month, things that help us be safe.
Yes, and I do adhere to it.
Yes, she does. I don't do as well, but I promise I am getting better. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Denise, it's Dawn and Jordan here again. We want to talk today, do a little bit of nutrition talk. We own the gym. We're all about exercising and working out, but if you don't have the nutrition piece down, you're not going to see the results you want to see. And we're going to talk about drinking calories. Dawn, I'll let you talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a tough one because sometimes we get caught up in thinking about, okay, what should I eat for lunch? What should I eat for dinner? But you don't think about the calories that you're getting from your drinks that you take in every day. For instance, coffee. A lot of people are coffee drinkers. If you drink coffee and it's black, you're good to go. Yes. But if you drink coffee and you pour a lot of sugar in there,
Frappuccino,
a lot of cream, and some type of fancy name, you don't know it, but you're actually putting so many calories into your body during that time that it can set you back in so many ways. Yeah. And you can go down the line trying to figure out, where did I mess up at this week? Not even knowing that the calories from that coffee just destroyed your whole workout for that week.
Yeah, I've had a client tell me, they would drink 2 or 3 bottles of Gatorade, plain Gatorade that is, at work during their work shift, and it's full of sugar. So you really do have to think about what you're drinking. Water is your friend. I promise you.
That's it.
Because like Dawn said, it will set you back, and then you won't even recognize that you're doing it because it's not food. It's not filling you up. It's not filling your belly. You're just drinking it, and you're still eating on top of it.
That's it. And the last thing you want is to be working out so good, being so consistent with your workout, and then at the end of the week trying to figure out where you went wrong at. Mm-hmm. And it's all about what you've been drinking. So,
yes.
And then let's get into alcoholic beverages. A lot of people don't think about those, and that's a tough one. I mean, I train a lot of women and a lot of men too. They always say, hey, I get my, wine. I like to drink a glass of wine a day. Yes, it's okay, but at the same time, you got certain goals. You want to just really tighten up on everything. So just really take a note for the week. We always talk about food journals, food logs. Write down the things you are consuming as far as your liquids too, your things you're drinking, because you could be consuming too much sugar, too many carbs from beer, and you just totally a lot of different things. So just really check your habits.
Yes, right? You got to put all the pieces to the puzzle together if you really want to get to where you want to be.
That's it.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Hey everybody out there in Urban Lifestyles, I'm Ross Horse with Middletown Cycling, and today I just kind of wanted to talk to you about the coronavirus and how a lot of people, we're now social distancing, we're staying outside with our families, and with Louisville and the cycling infrastructure in place, the parklets and everything, there's really never been a better opportunity to get your family involved in cycling and to get your children bikes that they'll be able to grow with and really enjoy cycling. A lot of us, if you're like me, we grew up with department store bikes. They were almost always broken, they didn't work, and I kind of had a negative thing in my mind about cycling. But there are quality bikes. Stores like Middletown are here to provide them. And even for your little, your toddler, this is a bike. It's designed so that they never have to learn how to do training wheels. They just push it and they balance. We obviously maintain all the bikes we sell. We'll take care of them. But as your child grows, we also take trade-ins. So we offer at least a third of the original value back towards the next purchase. So with all the new things that are going on, hopefully we're all going to have better outdoor lifestyles. Hopefully you guys can make us part of that with your kids and your family. Cycling is an awesome way to get outside, to have a good time. These children's bikes, this is a 24-inch. This would be for like an 8, 7-year-old up to 10. This you could go ride in the Parklands. You have gears. But even though this would be the first bike that your kid might have gears on, but this little guard here, that's designed so if the child drops it, it's not going to damage the bike as much. So, you know, there really is a bike for everybody at every age group. This bike's a 16, probably a child about 3, 4, 5 would get on something like this. At this age though, there's other opportunities. You can get bikes where you kind of turn your bike into a tandem. It's called a trailer bike, and actually do longer distances. I really hope everybody's getting a chance to check out the outdoor spaces. I've never seen so many nice tans out there. But if you get out there and you want to get some exercise, you want to pedal some bikes, please think of us, and be safe, Will, and you guys in Urban Lifestyle have a great day. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Max and Denise. Hey, it's your favorite girl, Bella Ray, and the afternoon all B36.5. We have a lot going on. So first of all, let's start off with the fact that Team 36.5 in Norton is doing a full event November 21st. And of course, we need you to sign up. If you know any of the Pop-Pops, you know any of the Pop-Pops, your dad, your uncle, anybody that might be at risk for prostate cancer, we want them to come to an event November 21st. Don't worry, it's not going to be a full prostate exam, how you know you're used to having a prostate exam. No. It's just blood work. Don't worry. Don't do that. Okay? Text the word Norton, Norton, to 502-571-2965. Get registered for that event. Team 86.5 and Magic 101.3 will definitely be putting that on with Norton Healthcare. On top of that, Thanksgiving is coming up. You can eat all you want, but you gotta have a turkey, right? You gotta have turkey for dinner. And of course, we want to see why you're thankful all of 2020. We want to see why. And of course, we want you to post a picture. Let us know over at hiphopb965.com as well. So you can get your turkey on TV 36.5. But on top of that, the last thing, we have your Christmas wish giveaway. We want to make sure that someone that is usually a giver, we want to give you something. Text me the word WISH, WISH, to 502-571-2965. And of course, we want to make sure that your Christmas is on us. Thanks to the Collins Auto Group for helping us out with that one as well. But if you need more details about anything, head over to hiphopb965.com. It's out there. Max and Denise, is back to you. I told you, we got a lot going on. Bye, y'all.
Well, I know if you're like me, you have probably suffered election fatigue and glad that it's over, but it's not over because now we're going through recounts. And we talked to some people from the battleground state of Georgia. And some of the questions that we asked them was, how do we unite the country after such a divisive election? And we also talked to them about what should our expectations be with a Democratic presidential candidate coming in? And how do we keep Black Lives Matter and other social issues top of mind? And you had some questions as well.
Yeah, and the thing about we pulled from Atlanta is because we know, some people there, and one being the founder of Jumbo Books, an attorney, Mijah Butcher Godfrey, and then she had some colleagues, a husband-wife team with just Ryan and Lauren Locke, and they are attorneys, and that's how we came up to get some opinions, especially with a key state like Georgia. But I also wanted to know from them what the significance of winning these 2 Senate seats are like in Georgia, and also, how do you change the climate and turn down the temperature as it relates to what's been going on there as well.
So let's take a listen to their feedback, and this is going to be a 2-part series.
Hi, Max. Thanks so much for having me on today. I like the question, how do we unite the country after such a divisive election? I think the first step to uniting the country is for the folks that voted for President Trump to realize that he lost. I think it's important for us to move forward in a democratic way for the people whose candidate did not win to realize that we're all still Americans and we're all still a part of this great experiment, and that we have to come to the table together, but that they have to come to the table with us because we actually did win this election. In 2016, a lot of moderates and liberals were very upset, but they were upset realizing that they lost based on the system that we have. And I think the first step for coming together after such a divisive election is for all parties to realize that Joe Biden won. He won the popular vote and he won in the Electoral College. And from that point, we can move forward.
After a divisive election like we saw in 2020, I think the way to unite Americans is to come back to a common set of facts. I think that involves continued reporting, good reporting from places like the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN. I think it involves reaching out to people who voted for Trump and bringing them back to our shared aspirations and goals as Americans.
Going back to a Democratic administration, I think is going to mean going back to more what the priorities were in the Obama years, especially because obviously Joe Biden came out of the Obama administration. I think that we're going to see some movement toward more secure health care, more accessible health care that is less likely to be taken away because you lose your job or you have a health problem. I think that's the direction a lot of Americans would like it to go. A lot of Americans maybe already think it is that way until they experience that it's not.
And we'd like to thank the folks at Dirty Teas for allowing us to come here. You can see I've got my dirty tea.
I've got my dirty tea too. Custom made.
There you go. So you know what? I think that's our show.
Oh, and that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyle.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
When it comes to COVID-19, this sister is putting our community to the test by sharing the pride, working for peace, acting for prevention. Thank you, Sadiqa Reynolds. That's love for our people. #YBPRC.